So, little project update. Obviously you can see some things have changed, and I'm nearing the final stages of this project. It's really exciting. I got probably 10% left to do. You know, my to-do list is slowly but surely getting notched off, and my inventory of stuff is slowly going down because it's all getting put into the trailer. I'm just waiting on a couple other things and some time to actually install this stuff. But what you can see here is I've gone ahead and made a lot of progress on the kitchen. I've added a nice polyurethane finish clear coat to the countertop, gave it a nice coat of white paint, sort of matches the walls. So I've installed the outlet, this nice backsplash sort of peel and stick stuff, got that from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. It was really nice to work with, and I just got some final touches to do here. I'm gonna add some trim and maybe a shelf or something, and then I have my light to install here. I have a little light bar. The switch has been installed. The one switch obviously controls the ceiling lights, and then the other one is going to control the light bar on the kitchen. I've installed these spring-loaded gate latches to keep the bed in the upright position. There's one on each side, and then there'll be another one on each side at the other end to support obviously the end that's at the front of the trailer. But I need to install the wall finish and all that first. So this is a sneak peek of everything sort of in place now. Everything's kind of roughed in right now, and I will have videos going in depth of like how I went forward and actually installed everything. I'm just waiting to actually finish this so I can sort of make up a nice wrapped up video. So really exciting, lots of stuff to come, and you know, nearing the end of the project, so this is very exciting. Today I'm going to mount my solar panel on my roof. This is everything I'm going to need to install this solar panel. I have some butyl tape because I will have to drill some holes and mount some brackets and the flange to the roof, so I want that to be sealed. And then I'll have to add some self-leveling lap sealant, the RV kind with the creepy dude on it. You want to put this on top of the screw heads, self-tapping screws and bolts and whatnot. My pass-through for the solar wires, and this simply has a nice rubber gasket that when you feed the wire through and close the nut, it keeps it sealed. And then inside here is where the hole is going to be going through the roof to the inside of the trailer. I have some leftover plastic wire loom that I'm going to encase the solar wires in, just to give them a protection from the elements like road salt and snow and rain and UV and whatnot. We're going to go on the roof now, and I'll show you the sort of layout. Alright, so we're on the roof of the trailer now, and this is sort of the layout I'm thinking of. The panel fits very nicely width-wise on the trailer. This is only a 5x8, and the panel itself is just under that length. Now the brackets are actually going to be mounted right to the edge. I've sort of been test fitting it, and it'll only fit with these brackets right to the extreme edge of the trim here. I'll have to mount the brackets on the short width so I have something secure to screw into, because everywhere else is just aluminum panel. Brackets are going to be mounted 2 on each end, and then I'm going to run my wires up to the front here and through the pass-through, and the pass-through goes down to the front of the trailer where my battery and solar charge controller are. And I've placed the panel in this configuration because it fits nice in the width of the trailer, but also it's actually the only way I can fit it. I can't fit it lengthwise because my roof vent's in the way. And then if in the future I do want to add another solar panel, I do have enough width here to add another 180 watt panel. I'm gonna have to drill some holes in the back side of this panel. This panel came with holes pre-drilled already, but unfortunately they're not in the right spot for me, so I'm just gonna make my own on the extreme ends here, and so they'll be spaced equally on the width of the panel. brackets are now installed onto the solar panel. Now I just gotta put it on the roof. Okay, so we have the panel on the roof, just dry fit right now. You can see the brackets are right on the edge, and it's the exact same on the other side. So it's like the perfect width. Now I'm gonna add some butyl tape to the underside of this bracket, and then use the self-tappers to screw it and fasten it to the top plate, I guess, of the stud wall. And then I'll add some lap sealant on top of that. So yeah, pretty straightforward. That's it on the roof. That's where it's gonna sit. So here we go. Okay, so that was just a little stressful, but it's always stressful drilling holes into the roof of your trailer. Yeah, you can see the butyl tape is now expanding out, so these are nice and secure. I'm gonna let the butyl tape sort of settle, let it expand for a bit, trim it up, clean it up, and then I'll get the self-leveling sealant on top of the screw heads. Yeah, that turned out good. It's nice and solid. You have to make sure that you give it the, it's not going anywhere, and this isn't going anywhere, so she's good. Now time to run the wires and drill the hole for the flange and for the pass-thru. Here we go. Okay, so we're at the front of the trailer. I'm just trying to measure out where I'm going to drill my holes for my pass-thru. I was originally just going to kind of eyeball it and, you know, place the holes from the outside, but I want to avoid the beam that goes across, and I need it to fall inside the sort of space that I have allocated for the inverter and all that stuff, and for the charge controller. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna drill a small pilot hole from the inside, I think, and I'm going to line it up where I want it, because I know I want it to roughly fall around here, and so I'll just drill from the inside out, and then that way I can put the holes exactly where I want them. Thanks. So I just cleaned up the hole, and then I put these rubber little hoses in here, and they stick up proud so that there's no possible way that the aluminum can actually puncture the wire, I guess. Okay, so I'm getting ready to install my roof flange. I'm gonna have to drill the holes for the screws, the butyl tape, run the wires, sort of all at the same time. These are the screws that's provided, just these little guys. I think I'm going to replace them with these larger ones. I just got to be careful that I don't over torque it, because I don't want this plastic to crack, obviously. But I think I'm going to go with 4. I'm going to try to do one on each side, and then one in the front and one in the back. So I got my 4 holes drilled. Now to put some butyl tape, run the wires, and secure this to the roof. Okay, that's on there well. Good. So that nice and liberal amount. This, then flange, then through hole. Good spot, I think. Gonna still feed my wires through. should see how I'm standing right now. Oh. Literally was standing on top of this railing trying to get this installed. Okay, so that's nice and secure now. That went relatively painless. You can see the build tape's expanding, and then I'll put some lap sealant over the screw heads. Now I can feed my wires and see what length I need to get to the solar panel, and then I can lock these up and secure them, and then basically I'm done. Alright, those are nice and in there now. So now all that's left to do is put the plastic conduit protector on. I'll get my plastic cable organizer clips on there and then put some self-leveling sealant. Okay, so that's the solar panel installed with the pass-through. The wires are nice and tidied up. You can see I've attached them to the roof with the sticky cable clips and then some zip ties just to keep it nice and organized. Build tape and the self-leveling sealant is on top of the screws. Should be nice and waterproof now. Same with the pass-through. So that's great. On to the next thing.